And courage isn't believing that failure won't happen. Courage is actually trusting yourself to survive if and when it does. Hi, my friend, and welcome to the Bounce Back Black Woman podcast. I'm Dell, and with God's help, I've overcome some of the toughest trials in life that I could ever have imagined. Do you find yourself struggling to move beyond a heartbreak or a hardship, asking God, why me? Well, I'm here to help women just like you heal and build the resilience to overcome life's greatest trials. If you long for joy and confidence again, this podcast is for you. So grab your headphones and those hardships. Let's talk. Hey there, my friend, and welcome back to Bounce Back Black Woman. You know, I was thinking that there's something about the start of a new year that almost always brings a mix of emotions all at once. On one hand, there's hope, opportunity, and a sense that something could be different in the coming year. But on the other hand, often there's fear. Fear of repeating old patterns, fear of failing again, fear of being judged, fear of the unknown, and even fear of not having what it takes for whatever this year might bring. And so today I want to talk about courage, not as something that you need to summon or manufacture, but courage as something that you've already lived. The ending of one year naturally brings reflection because you might be carrying pride over what you survived, or regret over what didn't happen, celebration over growth that you didn't expect, or even disappointment over doors that never opened. My friends, some years end quietly. Others end with loss. And still others end with relief. But almost none of us arrive at a new year completely untouched. We arrive full of memories and lessons and emotions, and sometimes full of uncertainty about what lies ahead in the new year. And that is usually where courage gets questioned. You see, we tend to think that courage looks dramatic. Big decisions, bold leaps, fearless action. But real courage is rarely loud. Courage actually looks like things like this: continuing when you were exhausted, staying when it would have been easier to quit, or leaving when staying was costing you your peace, telling the truth to yourself, or even surviving something that you never planned for. And friend, you may not have thought of those moments as courage or called them courage. You might have called them survival or necessity or just doing what had to be done. But you not calling it that doesn't change the fact that that was courage. So, here is why this topic hits so deeply at the start of a new year. It's because courage often gets buried underneath self-doubt. You see, we look forward and we forget to look back. We tend to minimize what we've already survived and discount our own resilience. We often rush past our bravery and head straight into the world of self-criticism. And the truth is this: it hurts because we're asking ourselves to face what's next without first celebrating and honoring what we've already done. And when courage goes unrecognized, fear actually gets louder. Many people say, "I'm afraid of failing again." But if you're honest, you've probably succeeded at more than you failed. And even when things didn't work out, guess what? You learned. You adapted. You got back up. My friend, failure didn't destroy you before. it taught you. And courage isn't believing that failure won't happen. Courage is actually trusting yourself to survive if and when it does. Another common fear is judgment. But here's the truth. People have likely judged you before without your even knowing it. And yet you are still here, still growing, still becoming, still standing. The bottom line is that courage is not the absence of judgment. It's refusing to live your life as a hostage to that judgment. And my friend, Scripture reminds us that courage doesn't originate in us alone. Joshua 1:9 says, "This is my command. Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid or discouraged, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go." Now let's notice what this verse does not say. It doesn't say be fearless. It doesn't say have it all figured out. It says be courageous because you are not alone. Courage isn't self-generated bravado. Courage is actually rooted in presence. Friend, for all of us, this new year will bring challenges. And that's not meant to be pessimism. That's meant to be honesty, because that's life. But it doesn't require a new version of you. What it requires is trusting the courage that already carried you to this point, the strength that you used last year, the resilience that showed up when you needed it most, and the faith that held you steady when things were swirling around you. It didn't disappear when the calendar turned to 2026. It is still yours. So here's today's reflection. And of course, I want you to journal about it. What is one moment from my past that proves that I am braver than I give myself credit for? Now is not the time for humility, friend. I want you to sit with it. I want you to let it land, and I want you to own it. Own your moments of bravery. That memory is evidence. It's not nostalgia. So as you step into this new year, I want you to remember this. Courage isn't something that you need to go and find. It's something that you've already lived. And when the next challenge comes, you will meet it with the same strength that carried you before. Well, that's it for today, my friend. I really hope this episode inspired, encouraged, or just plain comforted you. If so, please share it with a friend who might be struggling in her own healing journey. And if you take a moment to leave a quick review on Apple Podcasts, you'll help other women find encouragement through their heartbreak. Remember that God is holding your hand along this journey. And guess what? I'm holding the other. Life is short, so bounce back, Black woman.